Like Carl Jung says, until we bring our subconscious patterns to conscious awareness, they're going to rule our lives, and we are going to call that fate. And it really applies to our subconscious core wounds. The dismissive avoidant attachment style is the attachment style that is less likely to be in therapy trying to heal. And a lot of people think that they don't want to heal at all. But what's really going on is that they have this very deep core wound that is causing so much shame and fears of rejection and abandonment that is preventing them from exposing themselves to somebody, even a mental health care practitioner. And that core wound is, I am defective. This core wound means that at the core of my being, there is something very wrong with me. And I cannot show that to anybody else. I know I also had this core wound, and we all get the core wounds for different reasons. So if you've worked through yours or you know that you have it, put it down in the comments below so that other people can also relate to it. The way my core wound of I am defective came about was a combination of factors, but what I remember very distinctly in my family is being the black sheep of the family, and I wonder if you were that as well. I would see so many patterns of dysfunction, and everybody just went along with it, and I couldn't. I was so sensitive to judgment or criticism or shouting. I came from a lot of trauma, from abuse, from, having an alcoholic father that used to hit my mom, that used to abuse us as well in various forms, physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually. So we went through a lot of trauma, and standing up to that trauma, I was the one that was shunned for it. And then it made me think, what is wrong with me? Why doesn't anybody else see that there is something wrong with this situation? So as children, we start to doubt ourselves. So we look in and think, there must be something wrong with me. And I remember that I used to stand up when my mom used to get hit by my dad, or I used to stand up to various other situations. And then I felt horrible. Instead of feeling like I did something good, I felt horrible. I felt like I was breaking up their marriage. And that made me feel like I was really, really wrong inside as a human being. So what this does, having this core wound, is shame. When we have shame, we want to shut out the world. We want to be somebody else. So we put on a mask, we put on a persona that everybody around us is comfortable with. And we try to figure out who we have to be. So I started to learn to adjust to other people's needs and what they wanted to hear, what they wanted to see, because I had this core wound. But deep down, I really wanted to be known. I wanted to be free, but I felt like there was something so wrong with me that I couldn't be fixed. And I know that a lot of my dismissive avoidant clients also feel like that. Like there's something so deeply wrong with them that they cannot be helped by anybody. Another way this could come about, and it's less traumatic than my story, is if a child doesn't get emotional nurturance, if they don't get emotional guidance, if the parents don't realize that the child needs to be guided and taught how to manage emotions. But instead, when the child is upset, the parent just says to the child, just go to your room. Or don't worry about it, you'll feel better tomorrow. Or have a cookie. Or just go for a run and you'll feel better. When they are dismissed and neglected in this way on an emotional level, they also start to believe that there is something so fundamentally wrong with me that cannot be fixed, and nobody else seems to be going through the same issues. So what is wrong with me? Why do I have these struggles while everybody just seems fine? And this eventually stands in the way of dismissive avoidance seeking help. They will try to rather heal by themselves through self-study. And we cannot heal that way because we got hurt in relationships. And to heal really means putting down the shield of self-dependency, self-sufficiency, and learning that we can be vulnerable, and that vulnerability can feel safe, and it can even feel amazing. And we have beautiful tools nowadays to reprogram these wounds, heal the subconscious mind, to heal the emotional body, and also to heal on a somatic level. So the attachment theory that I have studied is integrated attachment theory, which works with these core wounds. I have also studied attachment theory with EFT, Sue Johnson, emotionally focused therapy. So we work on the emotional component. And we also work on the somatic component. So it's somatic attachment. And I also work deeply with the inner child. And we have the variety of ways that we can heal these core wounds in a very efficient way. And in a very short period of time, you can start to feel beautiful effects from that. So if you are the dismissive avoidant, please just know that there is nothing fundamentally wrong with you. You just didn't receive a nurturing that you needed when you were growing up, and these patterns can definitely be healed. You can be healed. And if you're watching this for a partner or somebody that is close to you in your life, you might want to send this video to them to show them that this is normal. This is a normal experience. It has a name. There is a reason for it, and there's definitely a very clear way out of it to heal. You don't have to live your life in this shutdown, isolating and trying to hide yourself. You can be your authentic self in the world. You can shift from surviving to thriving, and that's what I'm all about. My name is Patricia Mohatska, and I'd love to hear your comments down below. Do you have this core wound? Do you know if your partner has something similar? Can you spot that? Let me know. Till I see you in the next one. Big love.